Okay, so once you're here, you will click Add New Listing. You will choose your agent. So that's our agent, it's Jane Agent. We can choose any agent we wanted to, of course, that's in our database. We'll hit Save and Continue. We'll put the MLS ID in and the state in and hit Search. Then all of the information will populate. It's very, very important right here. So a couple of things I want to point out. The county, super important for your loan limits, right? What does FHA loan limits run off of? It runs off of your county. If this menu doesn't populate correctly or your agent put the wrong county, which happens, the MLS will accept it. The MLS will accept an address that doesn't even exist yet, right? Because new construction addresses don't exist. So it's very important that you just give yourself like just 20-second sanity check just to make sure that this county menu is correct, because your financing is dependent upon that, right? It will put in the asking price, taxes. If taxes aren't here, it means the agent didn't input them. So go ahead and look them up on the assessor's website, whatever you would normally do. Monthly fee, same thing, condo fees, year belts, beds, baths, square footage, MLS ID, stories. So if any of this information is missing, it means that your agent didn't input it, which happens sometimes. So you can fill it in yourself. That's why we leave all of these fields editable for you. This headline. If you're doing an open house, change this headline to promote your open house, right? Let's see. Let's make this 7/6. So we're in the right month, right? So you can make this headline open house 7/6 at 1 p.m. and all of a sudden your single property site, which was just a single property site before, becomes an open house lead capture system. We want more leads, yeah? You've got two property descriptions here. They both say the same thing. What is that about? This is your short description. It goes on the flyer. We only have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So we have to limit the characters that are here. But your long description here, these agents get very verbose, especially in the luxury side. That's totally fine. Just let them tell their story. I would encourage you, just like you're checking for accuracy in the property information, check for grammar, check for spelling, okay? Because we pick up whatever they put in the MLS. So if they left out commas or they made a spelling error, it's going to be on your site. So just double check, make sure. When you hit save and continue, it will download all of the photos. You can add a video tour here. So I've got a YouTube video. You can have YouTube or Vimeo. There are a couple of like 3D tour companies. We are looking at potentially integrating with them as well. And then this is all your photos. So like we were looking for accuracy in the information that's used to build the site, please review your photos. I have seen photos where an agent took a picture out of their car window of a property, okay? Now we love our agents, right? So nothing against an agent, but we want to make sure that our photos are good photos. So if you find that the photos are unacceptable or unusable, go back to your agent and say, hey man, we need you to update photos on the MLS. So we also want to rearrange these photos. So you can see right away I've got kitchen, kitchen, outside kitchen, kitchen, kitchen. Guess what? That top bar, that's what my flyer is going to be made of. I don't probably want my flyer to be full of just the kitchen photos, right? You were asking about single property flyers. So we'll grab living room, maybe move this outside to be the background photo. That's what this big primary image is. Oh, this guy doesn't want to go over there. There we go. Excuse me. Master bath. You will be much better at this than I am. Outside maybe. All right. And we can go save and continue. This particular account is Optimal Blue integrated. So for those of you that are interested in seeing the Optimal Blue integration, we are going to show you right now. If you don't have Optimal Blue integration, it's fine. Pick your 4 loan programs, set up all of your closing costs, make sure that you train your loan officers properly on what they can promote and what they can't promote, down payments, etc. We can talk about all that. All right, so right now I'm just going to use this nice conforming government mix. I'm going to use a 720 FICO borrower profile. So the first drop down is what loan programs I want to use. The second drop down is the borrower's profile. It will take a minute. It is actually making a live call on the hotel Wi-Fi back to Optimal Blue, right? So we have a number of eligible scenarios. So this is really cool. This is probably my favorite part. I get to geek out about this a lot and I love it. So we've got a 30 or fixed 20% down. We have a number of eligible programs for that. You get to choose. So let's say something comes up like Home Ready or some other conforming program that might be like really nuanced only for first time homebuyers. You cannot choose that one. We can come down here and we can choose Wells Fargo. We can also use this inspection tool and we can see what is this price made up of, right? Is it par? Is it 99.5? Is it a little over par, under, whatever? Pretty cool. I'm going to collapse this menu. I'm noticing I need to speed up if I want to show you ninja stuff. Got VA, of course, FHA, right? If this was over county loan limitation, we would have got a message that said the program's ineligible, you're over county loan limitations, and we could proceed with just the first 3. So that's something that you really want. You want the optimal blue integration if you have OB, because you don't want loan officers promoting like 0 down, $2 million purchase price, whatever, right? And if you don't have pricing engine integration, there's nothing besides you preventing them from doing that. So the great thing about Optimal Blue is it makes your compliance department go, right? All right, let's move on. Now we're all published. Of course, we went out to the site and we looked at it already. Okay, take out your phones. Maybe you already have your phones out. I want to show you something really cool. So go to, let me put the URL up here because I have this pointed. rebrand.ly/Maggie. Now I've pointed a domain name at our site, so I didn't have to give you the super long domain name. Rebrandly is a really, really cool tool. Compliance people and admins are gonna hate it because you guys all have registered domains, right? So don't do this unless you have permission, but you can redirect a URL to the single property site. You have the single property site up on your phones? Mm-hmm. Yay! Yeah? Okay, so scroll down. Do this for me. Scroll down to where it says, we're glad you're here, check in now. So we are going to pretend that we're at the open house and we're checking in. So instead of having that piece of paper that's gonna get lost in a car, coffee spilled on, stuck in a drawer, someone's just gonna not do the manual entry to hand put it in, right? This is going straight into the CRM. So please do me a favor, submit that form. Let me know when a couple of you have done it. Who opted in? Somebody, yay! Did you get the text? Did you guys get a text? Got a text? Got a text? Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to take your agent to lunch, get them to pull the website up on their phone. You can text it to them if you want to. Have them opt in and get that auto response text, right? Now, if we go look at my database, you all are in here, so you're probably gonna get some weird emails from me later. All right, so SMS, what you do is your company or yourself, you will buy a number. So these text messages are not coming from my personal cell phone. They're coming from my Surefire cell phone. You can get your own local area code. You can order a word if you wanted. If I wanted to make it, 123-Maggie. If I wanted to, I could do that, right? So your company has to agree to do SMS marketing. And then there is a cost. I think 200 text messages per day is like $10 a month. So do that. The next class in 3 minutes is on calling right from the system. It's a new telephony feature. So if you wanna know what text and call costs, stay in the room. That's it. Questions? Other questions? Yes.
How does rebrand set on top in the single property site?
Yes. Okay, so that's in your forms.
How do you look?
So you want to know, how did we get text message opt-in on the single property site? Because it doesn't come that way.
No.
It comes with a basic generic form. So that is in your form. So when you create a form, and you can create this from a company level. Really cool thing about our forms, as an admin, one form, 1,200 loan officers, doesn't matter. The system knows what website that form is sitting on, and it will route it to the correct loan officer. It will also co-brand it to the correct agent. So it's like infinite scale, right? So if you have a lot of mortgage advisors on your team, don't want to set up 1,200 different forms, don't have to. Okay, so here's my text message form. So I'm going to edit. So Surefire, for those of you who aren't clients, we have landing pages, we have forms, we have autoresponders, workflows, right? So this is what this is. This form is embedded on our site. This place you go to do that is inside of your settings, contact forms, and I'm gonna nerd out on you just like a lot. I was gonna say a little, but that's gonna be a lot. So this right here is the user ID. This is why it knows what site it's sitting on. and then this is the co-brand partner ID. So both are merge fields. So when that is sitting on the site, the back end in the code, the site knows. The site knows. It's almost self-aware. So you create this form right inside of Surefire. This is where we have SMS opt-in, very important, right? We can't text message people that didn't say, yes, please text message me. We also have this. What's this? It's a hidden field. So it's set the contact source to SMS demo, which is what triggered the text message to go to all y'all. That's right. You can collect more or less information. You want to collect something like, when are you considering buying? 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months, or would you rate your credit? Good, fair, great, terrible, whatever, right? You can collect whatever information you want. I think from a marketing top of the funnel standpoint, less is better.